Recall that when transacting in Fiscal, CVAC budget check automatically creates exceptions if there is not enough fund cash or appropriation authority. An exception will prevent a transaction from moving forward until corrected. Fiscal has released the CVAC exception dashboard, which you can use to view exceptions and begin exception resolution. For more details about the overall CVAC functionality, watch our overview video on YouTube or refer to Job Aid Fiscal 461. Using the CVAC exception dashboard in Department 360, all Fiscal users can view consolidated lists of exceptions. Users with the relevant roles can drill down to the transaction details in the Fiscal submodules to determine the required next steps to resolve exceptions. We will now go over how to navigate to and use the CVAC exception dashboard in Fiscal. To begin, navigate to the Department 360 Error Dashboard. Click on CVAC Exception. Now that you've reached the page, you can refer to the reference guide for exception type descriptions, and you can use the search criteria to identify CVAC exceptions. Enter in your search criteria and specify the exception type. After the search completes, if there are errors, they will show up here under the reference guide section. For example, we can see that this BU does not have any CVAC exception errors for customer item payments, but does have errors for direct journal payments. With the proper roles, you can click on the transaction ID link number to be redirected to that transaction and make the necessary corrections. Different actions should be taken depending on the event where the CVAC budget check has failed. If an exception occurs in pay cycle, SCO will reset the workflow and a notification is sent to departments. Make changes to the voucher as necessary and resubmit for approval when cash and authority is available. If an exception occurs in either the cash reclass for non-PFA activity or AR update events, request the FSC to either reverse or unpost the transaction. If needed, create a new transaction that will pass the CVAC budget check. If an exception occurs in cash reclass for PFA activity, request the FSC to unpost journals from the PFA submission ledger. The PFA review page will make the transactions available to reselect and recertify. For all other events and processes where the CVAC budget check can raise exceptions, follow the related instructions outlined in Fiscal 461. With this new functionality, Fiscal recommends that your department incorporate the following steps into your business processes. Review the CVAC exception dashboard daily. Make sure to click through each exception type to identify if any exceptions have occurred for each type. Identify the reason that any CVAC exception has occurred and follow the instructions outlined in Fiscal 461. It is the responsibility of departments to manage your CVAC exceptions within a week to ensure that your transactions interface to the SCO legacy system. By utilizing the CVAC exception dashboard in Fiscal, you can identify exceptions yourself and begin error resolution as part of your department's business process.